Dragon Manifest. Welcome to the Reality Temple on Earth, Dragon Manifest.
Thank you for having me, brother. This is an honor. I've been watching you for at least a couple years now.
Yes, sir.
From the first time I got hip to your channel, I've been hooked ever since. I'm always looking out for new videos. I mean, when I first saw your channel, I said, "Oh, this is an ancestor that has most definitely returned." Yes, most definitely. This is not a new ancestor. This is an old ancestor. You could hear, you could feel the ancestors through you. You know, most people probably say, "What is he talking about?"
Right.
They don't get it. You gotta be on that level. You know, yes, only us who are on that level will really understand and overstand what you try, the energy that you're trying to put out, you know, because it's more so than you just speaking, you know, you're trying to send a message, you're trying to prick people's hearts.
Yes.
The gods foretold of this day. When a champion from Themyscira would be called upon to protect man's world.
You're a princess, right?
Something like that.
Diana, explain yourself.
His arrival is a sign. Man's world needs our help, Mother.
Are you truly willing to throw away everything you are for the mere chance of helping them?
It's what you taught me.
It's Wonder Woman! Blast her!
I take it deliberations are over.
It did not go well.
You really are something special. You know that?
So presumptuous.
It's been a long time.
Giganta.
Bigger and better, bitch!
I do so love mass destruction.
What's the matter, princess? Feeling a little slow?
You haven't beaten me yet. Poison and Cyber may have declared war on Themyscira. But if there's one thing Amazons know, it's how to fight a war. And it's time to fight. Show me the path to Themyscira. Show me the way home.
You just had to wait for the dramatic entrance, didn't you?
I thought you liked a little drama.
I thought it was weird because we haven't spoken in a long time, and that was the only question he had for me. Am I married yet? Or am I working on getting married? I mean, but it ain't nobody's business whether I'm seeing somebody, but you know, if you must know, I am talking to somebody. Yeah, I am seeing somebody, yeah. His name is Taalik. I am talking to somebody, yes. Marriage ain't no joke. That's woo. Okay. So far, everything's going great between me and Taalik. So far. I mean, it ain't none of your business, first of all, but if you must know, I am seeing somebody. His name is Taalik, you know.
My brother Angel Snub 7 at the Realities Temple, and to give props to him because I listened to all of Angel Snub 7's videos. I think that he comes from a different angle, and there's a powerful message in a lot of the videos that he put out, and I try to catch all of them. I look at him as a free thinker and a person that's willing to challenge those of which he don't agree with or which he may think differently from, and I really respect him for that. He's challenged KNBS, and he has also challenged the black supremacy movement as well. And I have nothing against that, because that which cannot be challenged cannot stand and will not stand and will not survive the test of time. How many challenges we can withstand will determine how long we will be able to stand.
When soul singer and black activist Sam Cooke wrote the lyrics to his song, "A Change Is Gonna Come," it was very direct and to the point. With some changes to it, the song was still digestible. In the year 2019, black folks continue to go through the change rather than direct the change. A community activist named Taalik Ibn'rad has made an appeal similar to what Sam Cooke was asking for. A change. It's said that the meek shall inherit the earth. We ask when. When will the landlords give the meek a free lease? Mr. Ibn'rad is humbly asking for the state of Mississippi. President Trump has already had sit-downs with the wrong representatives of the black community. How about a real discussion with a true grassroots African American? Join and organize Operation Exodus Mississippi today, or become a supporter.
5 O'Shea shows.
Nick, selling drugs to, black people and then making some excuse about it, saying like, I'm a product of my environment. I didn't have any other choice. When, there's plenty of other choices than selling drugs and breaking the law. And we're talking about breaking the law. We're not talking from the moral standpoint. We're talking about lawful. Okay. So again, laws have consequences. Morals are just, subjective. But when you have laws and things on paper that say, if you do this, we're going to punish you by incarcerating you, and you break them and you're dumb enough to get caught, then you're just dumb.
All right. Shout out to Reality's Temple in the building. Well, just for I got to get him on here, man. You talk about somebody polarizing. Whoa. that brother is, I'll leave that alone. Shout out to the brother, though, Justin.
And that is Brother Taalik from the Reality Temples on Earth channel. And if you get a chance to subscribe, please do subscribe to his channel. He's a good brother. He's doing good work, and he wants to do good constructive things. He has good information to provide. So please do check out his channel if you get a chance.
Hey, my brother, I had to call you and thank you personally again. I cannot describe to you how happy I was to meet you in person finally. That was just amazing.
We're talking about not falling into the teacher trap, not falling into the website trap. So today, what teachers can you learn from? We just told you that the Akawu tells you that we're all a great teacher at the same time. So who you going to learn from? You're going to learn from brothers like Sa-Neter. You're going to learn the positives and negatives from brothers like Sa-Neter. You're going to learn the positives and negatives of people like Brother Polite. The positives and negatives of people like Sarah Sutton Seti. You're going to learn from Maurice Muhammad, Taalik Ibn'rad. You're going to learn from Nettercat. You're going to learn. You definitely going to learn from King Noble. You definitely going to learn a little something something from Brother Daku. But we ain't the only teachers in the world. There are other people in your lives right now that are teaching you things that you need to know. Now, do you follow your teacher every single place and everywhere? Not necessarily. But if you got a good teacher, your teacher is going to teach you how to think, not what to think. And if you learn how to think, then you can be critical of all information. You can question anything. Your teachers ain't going to get mad. Huh? Your teacher, if he's truly your teacher, give me the question. Bring them on. If I can't answer the question, then I'm going to meditate on it, reflect on it, and try to get back with you with the answer, get back to you with the answer. But I'm also going to encourage you to think. It's important for you to think. You're not just my student, you're also my teacher. I'm not your teacher, I'm also your student. Don't fall into the teacher trap. This has been Daku Akabo Wakatu.
Yes, Brother Taalik, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, I am Minister John Cooper. I live in South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina. And I was watching, someone had sent me a video, and I was watching it, and I think yours popped up on the sidebar. I never heard of it before. When you get time, give me a call if you can. I did a sermon and finally got a chance to do it at church. I am a minister, but I'm not active in the pulpit. I'm deciding to speak, basically trying to teach and getting our people ready and those that will listen. And this minister allowed me to do a lesson this past Tuesday night. Basically, my wife said, "Man, you were saying the same thing this guy's saying now, John," and it just blew her mind. And I just thought to present to that congregation who we were, and we don't want to be black, and what is happening to America. It is falling, and those kinds of things. And they were looking at me with their mouth hung open, and half of them probably couldn't receive it, half did. And I just want to commend you for your work that you're doing, and
Free your mind.
The president in 1963, John F. Kennedy, was assassinated November the 22nd, 1963, I'm very sure. And there was orders by Elijah Muhammad to his people, his ministers, that you do not comment on the assassination of President Kennedy. What many people don't know is that our soul brother, Minister Malcolm X Shabazz, he was not told, and many believe he was not told purposely. He was intentionally kept in the dark of these instructions. So without the knowledge that his leader instructed his ministers not to say, give any commentary on the murder of John F. Kennedy, Malcolm, when approached by news reporters, began to make a commentary. And the only thing that stood out was he said that it was like chickens coming home to roost. Only meaning that this nation, including the President John F. Kennedy, who gave the orders to assassinate and murder world leaders and others around the earth, now he himself is a victim of the same violence that he has caused around the world. So, being on the farm boy that I am, it's like the chickens that come home to roost. And they took that statement and blew it way out of proportion from the actual meaning, but that's the press, that's your enemy, that's expected. Our brother Malcolm, not too long after that, he himself was assassinated and murdered by his own Muslim people, not by the government. You can say that all you want to, and it's easy to blame the government because they have a history of doing stuff, but this was done by his own brothers. They called for his death and they got it. They murdered that man. There's nothing that you can say that can show otherwise. They firebombed his house. They threatened him on radio. They threatened him in the newspapers. And finally, they got what they wished for. He said, the chickens come home to roost. I bring that up because right now, there are pro-blacks, people calling themselves pro-black, the black conscious community, whatever you want to call it, calling themselves pro-black. Right now, the chickens have come home to roost. All over YouTube, all over social media, more and more people are coming out and speaking against pro-blackness, including myself. I understand what pro-blackness is supposed to be. I did it for a long, long time myself. I know what it is. And I know what it is not. I never made mockery. I never talked down to brothers and sisters, no matter who they was. If I wore a bow tie or I was just being pro-black by myself outside an organization. But you have these people that have become so sick in their mind. And for years, nobody really tripped off them. But they go around YouTube and they make videos calling people the ones that they're supposed to care about, they love, I'm for my people, and you call those people nasty names. And you threaten their life. It is not pro-blackness. I don't believe none of us speaking out against pro-blackness. We're not speaking out against pro-blackness in the positive sense. We're not speaking out against your effort to build a school, to open a grocery store, or whatever it is that you try to sell a t-shirt. And mind you, I am not against our brothers and sisters who think this way, and I will support them. Here's a shirt. You may recognize it. The Black Power Cartel, the General Sarah Suit and Setting. Excuse me. Why do I have a shirt produced by the General Sarah Suit and Setting? I met Sarah Suit and Setting, I think it was 2009, 2010. And the only thing he said to me, because I was making videos, a lot of videos talking about him. And he said, you're the brother that make all them videos about me. He laughed it off. And the reason why I can buy a shirt from the general, not because I'm into that comedic stuff, not because I believe I'm a god and a king and a queen and Hotep and Osiris and all that stuff. That has no. I bought this shirt to support my brother who treated me with respect. Sarah Sunseri and none of these comedic folks except one that I know of have treated me with respect. And when you treat somebody with respect, then you get that in return. So the brother was nice to me, I'm nice to him. He may not agree with what I'm saying, I don't agree with what he's saying, but we're in a good place. These pro-blacks that we talk about, they are the ones out here all over YouTube calling the people that they claim they working for coons and Uncle Toms and bed witches and all kinds of stuff. Gay and all that type of stuff. I just left a brother's channel. He was on here earlier today. And right there in his comment section, he is allowing his people to call me gay and mentally ill. That's what I'm talking about. But he says that's what they do. That's what these pro-black pieces of trash do. That's what they do. Because you won't bow down to them. Got somebody on his platform, I'm Africa and all about Africa. That's your ancestors. Well, you do what you feel that you want to do with them. That's not mine. You don't tell me what's mine. These suckers have brought shame to pro-blackness. Do not include them when pro-blackness, they did not even exist. Because pro-blackness was about the unity. Pro-blackness was really about the people. Pro-blackness was not about trying to force your religion and your ideology on nobody. The reason why Marcus Garvey was so successful, I was told, was because he was able, and he was a Christian. Marcus Garvey was a Christian. You never heard him talk about his religion. The only thing he talked about was how to bring the family, the oppressed together. He was able, the UNIA really was a bunch of different organizations under one umbrella. This was what Marcus Garvey was able to do. These suckers here, they swim in division and hatred and self-righteousness and arrogancy. And they think they can bully folks. And they call people names. But now, like Malcolm said, the chickens have come home to roost. Because we're not going to sit back and keep letting you call us names. You think you perfect. You think everything that you say is right. You're going to be challenged. And since you want to call names, it's going to go right back at you. And here they are now, crying. Why are they doing this to me? They filled with self-hate. You the one filled with self-hate. You the one calling your people nigger. You the one calling your women a bed wench and a mammy and all this other stuff. That's you. You are the problem. Don't get these confused with those in the past that called themselves pro-black, and don't get them confused with these brothers and sisters who really love us. These folks here looking for slaves. They're looking for somebody to control. They're looking for somebody to dominate. You ain't gonna get it here. You want to be an African? You be an African. You can be Bozo the Clown if you want to be. That's your business. Nobody's going to let you sit around here and tell them who they are. It's none of your business who I am. You be who you are. I don't give a damn what book you read. I don't give a damn about your scholarship. I don't give a damn about what you read in the book. Everything you say, there's somebody else that can easily say the other. You don't tell me who I am. Still got Similac milk dripping from your mouth. You don't know nothing. Tell about somebody ain't done the work. What work do you do? Make a t-shirt. Parade. Walk around in a parade. March. Talk about what you gonna do. Make a DVD. Listen to a speech and debate. What work do you have? You don't have nothing. You don't have no damn work. What little you do don't mean nothing. So you get mad because you live in La La Land like you producing something. You ain't producing nothing worth nothing. What has it done for the 40 to 70 million? Absolutely nothing. Your people died losers, and you're a pathetic loser. You want somebody to praise you and honor you because you say, I'm an African, I'm pro-black, and all that old nonsense. When you treat people the way you want to be treated, you'll get it back. These pro-black folks are bullies with their threats, but when the white man show up, you don't see that from them. Oh yeah, it's a whole different ball game. Oh, they talk all tough and what I'm gonna do, and I'm from the hood. Yeah. Now they crying. The chickens have come home to roost. When you it's about behavior. It's not about being pro-black. It's about your ragged ass, violent, nasty, disgusting, profane behavior. Disrespectful behavior. Trying to bully people, trying to make some people I told you I'm not interested. And you're going to try to force yourself on me. Rape me. No, I don't think so.
Free your mind.
And it's very simple, to the point. I talked about Tyrone Muhammad. His actions, was it valor or was it stupidity? I would never call a person trying to do the right thing stupid. I would never call a person that is sincere and willing to really risk their own well-being for somebody else. I would never call them stupid. However, there was no benefit. As I explained in an earlier video, general discussion with our sister Nova Levine earlier. But a good thing came out of this, and we should practice this. I heard that $30,000 was raised to support our soul brother Tyrone Muhammad. That's a wonderful thing. If you can't fight, if you can't do nothing in the struggle, the least we can do is support those willing to give our lives, willing to sacrifice. I don't care who they are. We should support them in their efforts. So that's a wonderful thing. That's a beautiful sight. That's wonderful for me to hear, that the community would come out and support this brother, because he done it all by himself, a lone wolf. There are men who believe that the brother was doing the right thing, but these other men, I guess they will help pay for the bond, the bail, but they will not participate in such activity. So those who are willing to do that and more, we should support them. We should support them in their efforts. Those who stand up, willing to sacrifice their own well-being. Some of us are willing to die for what is in the best interest of a people who clearly don't give a damn about themselves. So I must salute Brother Tyrone Muhammad. But unfortunately for me, I cannot participate in that activity because you're dealing with people and you're wasting your life on those who clearly don't care nothing about themselves. I'm not your savior. Tyrone Muhammad might believe that he's some type of savior, and if he belongs to the Nation of Islam, they call themselves saviors of the people. I'm not your Messiah. I'm not your savior. I'm not your Messiah. If you feel as though you're comfortable, if you feel as though you're comfortable in all of this, then so be it. If you don't want to help yourself, what do it look like for me to try to help you when you don't want to help yourself? Because clearly you don't give a damn about me. You don't care if I die. You don't care if I die. You don't care what happens to me. But if I accomplish something, you would benefit. And you did not even support me. And I don't play that here. Now, if you want to do it, that's your business. I'm not a savior. I'm not your Messiah. I'm not a hero. We're going to fight together, or we're not going to fight at all. But again, salute to Brother Tyrone Muhammad, because he's not just running his mouth. He's willing to actually take action in broad daylight. Because you could have done that. You could have done a drive-by shooting and shot all those windows out in the middle of the night. But he's so bold, in broad daylight, he's going to do it and suffer the consequences. I'm sorry, brother Muhammad, I can't do it, and I would not have advised you to do that. Because so now you have to deal with the Peckerwood criminal justice system. And it will come back to haunt you the next time. But again, salute to the people who supported Brother Tyrone Muhammad in his sincere action, standing up for our women, of whom we say that need this type of protection, to be somebody, a man to stand up for his woman. But see, our women don't have the mentality, don't have the mindset. So you're wasting your life, you're wasting your time on somebody who's not in their right mind. Now, if it was somebody else different, that's a different story. But it does not make any sense, and it's not a benefit, and really we still lose in this, because now you're a brother involved in the criminal justice system, and there was nothing to be gained. Whatever we do, there should be a reward, there should be a benefit, and in this case, unfortunately, there wasn't, except it did show that some of us are willing to support our freedom fighters.
The following program is rated TVMA. Viewer discretion is advised.
Free your mind.
That I must admit that I'm late coming to the story. This story happened about a week and a half ago, so maybe even a little longer than that. I don't know, about maybe 2 weeks it could have been. Oh yeah, I'm using a new filter. So hope that you and I like this filter, I must say. I like it just as much as the last one I used. So I'm sampling other filters. I think I'm gonna use this one more so than the other one. Something about this filter I just dig. But anyway, let's get on to the story about Tyrone. You better call Tyrone and tell him to come break out these motherfucking windows in this salon. And that's what he did. He went there. You know, you saw, well, video speaks for itself, of course. And that's a protest to, as he said, these Koreans or whoever they are disrespecting black women. But he also says something very important that I wanted to repeat, and that is, we don't get the support we need from y'all. He said this is the second time he did that. The second time he been there to deal with them and really shut that business down because of the disrespect for black women in the past. But black women still flock into that business, and that business makes very good money. You know, now the bottom line is that black women shouldn't be going anywhere near a place like that. They shouldn't have any contact with any Koreans or anything like that. You see? And so what we're not doing is dealing with the heart of the fucking problem. We're dealing with we're dealing with what we can see, the symptoms, the side effects of somebody disrespecting you after, you know, you did something or doing something that you shouldn't be doing any fucking way. Because how many Koreans do you see or Vietnamese you see lining up to go to a soul food restaurant? That's the best example I can give. A soul food restaurant or a black-owned barbershop to get their hair cut. Zero. But yet they make good, and you see these nail salons are every fucking way, and they make, you know, they make good money off of black women. And again, this is just a side effect. This is one of the symptoms of a larger problem that we suffer from and have been suffering from for a very long time. I'm not going to stop talking about it because it deserves to be talked about. How deep the fucking damage is that we suffer from, that we refuse to acknowledge or even try to understand the slightest fucking least. And we can get away with ignoring this shit now. You know, you know, sometimes, like I said, with some certain forms of cancer, you can actually ignore that cancer once in its early stages because, you know, you feel like you always felt. You don't feel the shit. You got rectal cancer or fucking colon cancer or cancer, whatever, and hey, well, really? I don't feel like I got no cancer. But what's happening is it's getting progressively fucking worse. And then again, as I've said 1,000 times, I'll say it again in this video, once you start to feel it, once it starts to hurt, once you start to get the physical pain associated with that cancer, now you want to go in and get some kind of treatment. But guess what? At that point, it's too fucking late. Just like the situation with this nail salon shit and whatever else black women do, whatever else black men do, it's too late for all of that. Breaking windows out, saying somebody disrespect. Those black women disrespect themselves by going in the first fucking place. The whole visual of them going there and spending their hard-earned money or their money from welfare they get their money from to go get their nails done is fucked. And who are they doing it for? Well, who are they doing it for? I guess I know they doing it for the so-called black man, so they can look good in the eyes of a Negro who digs all of that, thinks all that shit is cute. And it's all European based. If you look at the white women, they get their nails done the same way. They get their hair done. Let me say that, because black women get their hair done, put hair on their head that mimics and imitates that of white women. I was on a bus last night coming somewhere, man. And I thought it was, you know, it happens to me all the time when I see it. This dark black, brown, I mean, not just, she wasn't just brown, she was dark skinned. With a platinum, and I mean platinum blonde wig, hair all the way down to her fucking back. I said, why? Why do y'all do this? What is this? What is this about, man? What is this? I don't know what to call it. People call it self-hate. I don't know what the fuck to call it. But this is not the answer. Going in and being mad at somebody else. When we mad at somebody, you gotta look in the fucking mirror. It's not nobody else's fault because them Koreans are not forcing the black women to come into their business. They're not forcing them to continue to do business with them after they so-called been disrespected. And black bitches, black females, listen, man, they ain't no fucking innocent victim. You know how we know you deal with them every fucking day. I was in the store, every time I go into a store where I live at, I have to think to myself, you know, what have these poor people been through with these motherfucking niggas, man? Because I went to a phone, I'm not gonna miss the name of the phone company. Well, I don't know, maybe I should, but I don't know. Into a store and they had this look on their face like, you know, it was like, I don't even say this shit. You could feel that something wasn't right. And I know, well, it was Metro PCS. Let me say it. I know that, you know, they have felt the wrath. You know, they've got the wrath, and I you know, I haven't seen it, but I can pretty much say it's probably been black females. Motherfucker, that's not what they told me on the motherfucking phone, you motherfucker. The fuck are you talking about? Give my motherfucking and I want you can just hear it. And so a lot of times you can't blame people for reacting to some shit that somebody you going in the fucking nail salon and get your shit done and do well it's $25. Well, all I got is 10. Fuck that. It don't look that good no way. Well, no, it don't work that way, baby. Or you go in the store, these motherfuckers going in, they going in stealing weave, stealing shit all the fucking time. What's the man supposed to do? That's his store. You ain't gotta come to get it. There's no reason to say they gotta be yeah, so they can put hands on you. You talking shit all the time, cursing them out, doing all kind. People ain't dealing with that shit. So I'm not gonna put it on the shop owner. The shop owner's there. You don't have to go there. You shouldn't be going there. But why are you going there? Because you're fucked up. You're damaged. We all are. Including Tyrone. And what do you hear all throughout the video? The brother said this, and the brother said, brother, your fucking ass. The nigga. No, it was brother. When Malcolm X called you brother, that meant something. When a nigga says brother here today, it don't mean shit. It's something to make you feel like you're doing something you really ain't doing nothing because you were offended. Now we're brothers. Because again, you feel that pain associated with being a motherfucking, being treated like a nigga. Now you want to start talking about some brother shit. No, if we had sustained that the intensity of what it meant back in the 60s and developed it and kept working on it and making it stronger and stronger and stronger, now you'd be talking about something. But niggas dropped the ball. Because we wanted to be free. To be any kind of fucking freak we want to be. And now we're going to pay the price for that. No, it's not. No, freedom is not just do whatever you take in your individual fucking mind. That's not it. You can play that game if you want to, but we're going to find it's all going to come crashing down around your head. When the system comes crashing down, because it will. Now I just watched some shit on YouTube here recently. Matter of fact, about a half hour ago. Now, this is kind of seems like off the subject and topic, but it's not because it all has to do with this domino effect that's going to take place. Because you have this 1% of the population. They were talking, I'm going to get the video. I'm trying to find it. If I can find it, I should, because it was just like, it was actually what it was a commercial. You know how you do those little clips, in between the video? But they were breaking shit down about this Federal Reserve System and how it was brought into existence. The Federal Reserve is, if you know what the Federal Reserve is, they print the fucking money that you spend. They actually print the money. They control the money. Every dollar that you have in your pocket is produced by the Federal Reserve. Federal Reserve. And it's how much is worth, not worth, is all controlled by them. Now it says Federal Reserve, so it sounds like something part of the federal government. It's not part of the federal government. It's a private fucking bank that is controlled by a conglomerate of private banks. And that was all brought about back in the early part of the 20th century. And they formed this Federal Reserve shit in secret. You have these large bankers like J.P. Morgan, J.P. Morgan Chase, a lot of other big bankers got together and they went to this place called Jekyll Island in 1913, and they hatched this scheme, because that's what the fuck it is, to create the Federal Reserve so they can control the money. And who said that? Some of you may be familiar with the Rothschilds and the patriarch of the Rothschilds. He was around, I guess, in the 16, whatever the fuck. He said, I care not about the politics or whatever of a country. Just let me control the money and fuck the rest of it. And that's just what they're doing. They control. You control the money that you spend and what it's worth. But the problem with it is, again, because they're psychopaths, they're hoarders of wealth, they're sociopathic, they don't give a fuck about you or me and nobody else. That's what they did in secret. And they made it seem like it was something that was, they had the politicians who work for them come out and say this was something, made it seem that the politicians came up with the idea to create the bank. They actually created the shit in private and then put out their puppet politicians to say, this is what we did to protect you. And it was all to benefit the bankers. And this guy was showing a chart of how he's saying every year they're gaining more and more control of whatever money you have in your pocket. It's getting worse and worse and worse because they're sick. They're psychopathic and they're fucking sociopaths. Give a fuck about you. They will kill you and not blink. I think you saw that most clearly on the morning of 9/11. I don't think anything could be more clear than fucking that. When they deliberately murdered 3,000 innocent United States citizens all in one shot. And it was in the sinisterness of that, how sinister that shit was. To do that shit at 8:45 in the fucking morning when the buildings were getting filled with people. And then beyond that, wait for firemen, EMT, policemen to go run up in the building to try to save people in the building, and then destroy the fucking buildings and all its contents. And then they say, hey, they did it. Arabs. Got you fucked up. Got you fucked up. And so while we doing this fucking bullshit about some nail salons, we got much bigger problems to face. Because the whole thing is going to collapse. It's a Ponzi scheme. Now, if you know what that is, that's a house of cards. That's a scheme. The motherfucker just keeps, giving out useless, parts of this plan or whatever, and getting money. And the people at the top get all the money. People at the bottom don't get shit. Then the whole thing collapses. This whole thing's going to collapse. And when it does, it's going to be more than sad. And that's all a part of it. That's all a part of it because we're not prepared to deal with it. We had an opportunity to prepare ourselves, but through our own lack of giving a shit, understanding how serious it was for us to get our shit together, allowing ourselves to be manipulated and to be infiltrated and to be have our intentions undermined by outside sources and forces, and not really examining and looking at what went wrong, what happened, what really happened with organizations like the Black Panther Party, what really happened to organizations like the Nation of Islam. Was there anything else in play besides this their own neglect and negligence that caused them to so spectacularly fall the fuck apart and disintegrate? Because Malcolm said it, and he said it best. Nation of Islam was the greatest organization the black man ever had, but niggas, and I believe others, ruined it by activating that Willie Lynchship inside those brothers inside the Nation of Islam to make them turn on each other and kill each other. Which it was already destined to fail anyway. Once it got past, once money started coming into the picture, once a lot of money. Now, before the money came in, when Malcolm first got into the nation, when they were like 400 or 500, whatever they had, it was a very small organization. It was a beautiful thing. It was beautiful. It worked smoothly. But once money started getting involved, people started getting money in their pocket that they never had. Then you had people coming in to the nation that saw an opportunity to use the cover of the nation for nefarious purposes, like selling drugs, like out in Philadelphia, you had the black mafia, I think it was in Philadelphia, that was heavily involved with the Nation of Islam, and they were the ones that, if you don't know, if you heard, look up the Hanafi massacre in Washington D.C. That's the one I talk about from time to time, when he went there, the house that Abdul Kareem Jabbar owned in '72, and killed, like 11 people, 8 of which were babies, from the ages of, I think it was like, I think one baby was like a month old to like 10 years old. Drowned and shot babies, killed babies, behind something that their leader, Abdul Halis, I think his name Abdul Halis, I think his name was, who was a former member of the nation back. Matter of fact, he was a national secretary in the 50s. He was sending letters to all the heads of all the captains and all the leaders of the mosque, denigrating Elijah Muhammad. And then based on that, they went and killed this whole family and other people in their house. And you don't hear niggas hardly ever talk about that. That was not done by no CIA or nobody else. That was done by Negroes. Who on the orders of Elijah Muhammad or the people around him. Well, he had to give the okay also, kill black baby. You see how fucked up we really are. Ain't hurt the head on no KKK or no fucking white supremacists nowhere, but they felt strongly enough to want to, after all the shit we've been through, they ain't killed one white motherfucker nowhere, but they go and kill 8 or 9 black babies, drown them and shoot them and all kinds of shit, based on what somebody said, what another nigga said. We can do this. Again, to further illustrate how fucked up we really are. But we think we got our shit together. Because again, I look good, I feel good, I smell good, I'm having a good time, I'm trying to have a good time. That's all I know, and that's all the fuck I want to know. And again, that's being a fucking nigga. And the motherfucker ought to be somewhere picking cotton or dead. Or to be picking cotton or fucking dead. No, you're not like every fucking body else. You're not equal to everybody else. You're something different. You're a whole different strain of human being. And it's based on some on shit that some shit that we've been through, that no other people have been through on this fucking planet. The nature of the slavery that we went through is different than what every fucking body, the way it has altered us and damaged us cannot be compared to anybody else. And we refuse to understand. Because you're comfortable. You're in your comfort zone. You know, you got a warm place to go to the bathroom, comfortable pair of shoes, food to eat, water to drink. Where's the fucking problem? Well, there is a problem. And again, you're not gonna see it till we feel it. So let's get back to the nail salon situation. I'm saying all of this because it's all connected. It all adds up to our final fucking where we ultimately wind up, which is not in a good place. So he wants to go, hey, I'm gonna protect the black woman. Well, okay, that's good. It sounds noble. Sounds like a noble idea. But he did it the first time, and what happened? Did he shut the business down? No, they opened right back up. And black women flock right back to the business. He did it this time. Is that going to stop? That's not going to stop nothing. They're going to go back to the business again. So still he hasn't done a fucking thing. That's not going to make them Koreans or whoever is on that. And the change has to take, not in the Koreans' thoughts, it has to take place in the minds of the black woman. But it first starts the black man. He has to lock down, put his and decide that life is not about fucking fighting, whatever else he takes in his nappy fucking hard head. And start to come up with a whole, again, it's nothing short of a complete and total overhaul of who we are as human fucking beings. We have been altered. We have been fixed to serve a certain purpose. You did it for almost 300 fucking years. 300 years, do count that, 300 fucking years. You weren't just sitting there waiting to be said. Somebody said, no, things were happening to us. We were being again manipulated. The way we think, and not just physically manipulated, but our minds and our psychology and all of that shit was being altered in that process to come to add to who we are now. And we think to be a success in society is a good thing. Well, it's not. It just shows you that how damaged you really are. Because if it wasn't for that damage, you wouldn't be able to function in society like you do now. You wouldn't be able to maneuver through it like we do as we do now. And so that's what I think about, when I see this video and him wanting to defend, something that's not his, and something that again wouldn't spit on his fucking ass. Most of them bitches wouldn't spit on him if he was on fire. They would spit on him, give a fuck about him. So why he's doing it is he's just wasting his time. It's a waste of time, waste of his energy at this point, at this juncture. Now, once we commit, once we become dedicated to a way of living that we all support and that we're all a part of, and it is clear that we're in line with a particular way of thinking and living. Okay, now if something jumps off, now we can talk about protecting something that belongs to us or something that we feel is ours. But that she has no connection to you. These niggas, most of the niggas she dealing with, the ones she getting all that shit on, and all that shit she getting done, her nails, her hair, she getting done for a nigga that they ain't come there to do shit. Them niggas she getting herself all fixed up for, they don't give a fuck. What happens to her? With that, they ain't going there. You ain't see no Bloods, Crips, none of these motherfucking gangster stuff. They ain't going there and do shit. You notice that? This is Tyrone of some, half-ass Muslim. I don't want to say it like that, but so this is it's just it makes no sense at this point. You want to put a band-aid again, on something that needs major surgery. Basically, what it is. That's not solving the problem because the problem starts with us, not with the Koreans or nobody else. They put a business, they put a nail salon somewhere in your area. Doesn't mean you got to patronize that shit. But you see the motherfuckers everywhere. because it is this morbid need and desire to try to fit a certain look that is attractive to Negroes, I guess you could say, or you could say. And again, that has changed. I mean, all that again, that's not going to change unless we change. That's not going to change unless we do make some major changes. Now I'm just talking about it, and that's all it is talk, because it's not going nowhere. It's going from my lips to your ears, and from one of your ears outside the other of your fucking ears. that's all it's going to do. But it's good. I mean, it's just, it's nothing wrong with hypothesizing of what could happen, what could possibly be, and what the solutions are to our problems. But those solutions are not going to be acted on. An attempt is going to be made again with Negroes getting severe fucking pain. It's going to take a whole lot of pain, a whole lot of suffering. Got to be kicked and stomped and tortured out of their fucking comfort zone and put into the gutter. Be dirty and stinking. Don't know where you get your next motherfucking meal from, next glass of cup of water, nothing else. So got to be like that. For the possibility, not for change to take place, but for the possibility to change to take place in the mind of a motherfucking Negro. Ain't nothing, that's not nothing gonna change that. The damage is just too deep, and it's in all of us. We just think you got your shit together, but you'll see. We'll see. We'll see when the time comes. Again, freedom is not an individual effort when it comes to human beings. Human beings, freedom in human beings, natural, normal freedom as exists in nature, is a group effort. It's a family affair. Human beings live in family groups. Yes, like other things live in family groups. And yes, like chimpanzees and gorillas and the things that we relate to other primates. Because I believe we're connected. Well, we relate to everything that has life. But we're also, all human beings connected to the same things. We don't want to be that. We say, oh, no, I ain't no monkey. Yeah, I know, because you have this whole thing of somebody saying you look like a monkey and being accused of being part monkey. And so you rejected the idea of being related, but you're related to everything. So you relate to monkeys too, stupid. How the fuck could you not be? It's just silly on the face to even say that shit. And again, you come with some fucking pseudo-scientific nigga with bullshit that makes you God or something above everything else. And you're not. You just been brought down so low that you need that to bring yourself up, to call yourself God or a king or some other dumb shit. That means nothing. When you're still a nigga and you're still a slave, at the end of the fucking day, they shut this motherfucker down and put you off to yourself, you and your so-called woman, off to your fucking self. Say, hey, go make it. You drop dead. She would drop dead. Because you haven't done any work. You haven't done that exercising, those qualities that we need to be a fucking people for real, and not just a bunch of fucking niggas headed back to a cotton farm. Or the bottom of a mass grave to be turned into some fucking landfill and or fertilizer, which is our destination at this point. If some major changes don't take place in the way we look at, think about, and see life, our final destination is going to be one or two places: back to a cotton field, back to picking cotton, or the bottom of a fucking mass grave. Nowhere under, over, or around that fucking fact. And I gotta, at this point, gotta bring the fucking Jews of Europe and Germany up in this picture again, because they were white. Jews of Europe and Germany were white. The people that tried to exterminate them were white. The people that exterminate them accuse them of being subhumans, less than human, and had no problem with gassing them by the hundreds of fucking thousands. Did it with glee. Their fellow white Europeans. But again, here we have the half man, half monkey, cursed by God, savage fucking black ape, who struts around the fucking hood like he owns the motherfucking planet when he's a polishes a fucking piece of wet toilet paper, thinking he gonna sit on his or her dirty fucking black ass for another 300 or 400 years, bullshitting. And the same thing's not gonna happen to them that was attempted to be done to them fucking Jews. You better think the fuck again. I see it every fucking day. I'm out here in Wisconsin. Oh, I see it. I see it in their eyes. They just waiting. They just waiting for the opportunity to let loose on your ass. And it's building. That hate is building. You can say what the fuck you want about how oppressed you are. Nobody, they don't feel that shit. That's you. That's your feelings and thoughts. They see you as an impediment to their freedom, to their progress, and to their ability to fucking live. They don't want to look at you. They don't want to see you. And again, end of the day, we should not even have any contact with these motherfuckers. They shouldn't have any contact with us. We're together based on a criminal fucking act or a series of criminal acts. That's why we're together. Based on a crime. And we're all going to live happily ever after in La La Land. Blacks and whites, you get bullshit. That half-ass fucking biblical, plagiarized, fucking twisted Catholic school fucking nigga bullshit. You want to live with them. They don't want to live with you. Blacks and no, get the fuck out of here. That's not how it's fucking supposed to be. In the natural, I'm dealing with nature. And so we see it. You saw it. You saw the video. You know, he felt he did what he had to do. I'm sure once he gets out of jail and he thinks about it, he realizes that he's wasting his time, because that's not going to solve the problem. The problem is not with those people that own that store. The problem is with the women that go to that store and the men that allow them to go to that store and don't give a fuck about what they do, as long as they get the fuck and get their dick sucked. And as long as that's the case, well, I can't see one thing wrong with picking a little bit of cotton. What's wrong with picking cotton? You can fuck, get your dick sucked, do your party a couple times a month, maybe twice a month. So you know, shake your ass, get high, whatever you want to do, play games, what your nigga loves to do, and that's it. This is where where most of us want to be. This is where you're headed. We're going back. You're going in one big circle, because we're not doing a fucking thing to ensure that that's not a reality for our future generations. We're not doing a fucking thing. As I told you at the beginning, there's people that run this shit, these psychopaths and sociopaths that control all the fucking money in this nation, that'll collapse this whole motherfucker if it served their purpose, and truly put you in the situation I just described, where you're in the fucking gutter, dirty and stinking, not know where your next meal is going to come from, standing on line, waiting for a fucking 2-mile long line, waiting for MRE and a bottle of water. They'll put you in that position. They have the power to do that to you, and you can't do shit about it. But you got the heart of 1,000 lions. But you're as powerless as a piece of wet fucking toilet paper. End of the fucking day. You got other motherfuckers coming to where you live at, can't even speak your language, making good money off your woman. And not just in the restaurants and wherever else you see it, they laundromat, whatever it is. All outside motherfuckers coming out outside the community to get paid off of you. But this is how we want it, so this is how we got it. It's going to be this way until it's all over. And so, I mean, that's the way that I looked at this whole thing with that nail shop situation. You know, I'm looking at it from the bigger picture standpoint, how it encompasses all of us at the end of the day, and where it fits in, where it really fits in. This whole breaking some fucking windows out because somebody disrespected. They disrespect themselves by even going in that shit, but not being able to do that for themselves as we used to be able to do in the past. Again, when America was segregated, all the nail salons, hair salons, whatever else, barbershops, were, as we like to say, they were black owned and black controlled in the black community. We had a black community anyway, you know, because we had no choice. You know, because we had no choice. But once we were given choices, then all that shit fell apart. And then we started going to everybody, getting out here, getting shit done everywhere else. But anyway, I can go on with this. I'm not going to do that because I have another video I want to make right after this one that's talking about another issue, problem that really confronts all of us. But I want to talk about it in terms of how it affects us. And it's all tied into this, what I just finished talking about. This thing, this country, this nation, this world is moving. It's headed somewhere. We're not standing still. And really, you're supposed to live like that in a natural situation. If you were just living and there were no Europeans around to fuck everything up, just as you, is a relationship between yourself and the natural, then generation after generation supposed to come along and live, and you just live your life or whatever, and that's it. But right now, this thing is on short time, on very short time. And what I just saw in that little clip that I saw about the Federal Reserve and the banking system and how it's playing itself out, it's not going to last much longer. We've seen all these bubbles bust. You know, the financial .com bubble. There's there's a much bigger bubble that's about to bust and fuck us all up. When that happens, oh my friend, that's why I say, I don't believe in the traditional God of the Bible, but I must say I am blessed, and I'm saying that because I'm at the age now where we don't have too many motherfucking years left on this motherfucker, which I'm glad that that's the case, because I do truly feel sorry and bad for those future generations that have to face the shit that's gonna come down this motherfucker here, man. I hate that, man. I all I can do is feel bad for you. Can't do shit else. I wish I could do more for you than feel bad for you, but I can't. And wish you the best. You're gonna need all the fucking good wishes that anybody can put on you, because it's gonna be beyond ugly. Especially when white motherfuckers start to lose what they have. I mean, really lose what they have. Not just for a day or two or a week or a month. When they realize that what they have is not coming back, that the American dream is dead and it can't be revived. There's no more light at the end of that tunnel. Oh, nigga, you dead. You a dead motherfucker with a capital D. That's all it's left. That's all it's left is to kill you, to make themselves feel better about everything they lost. And again, it's not their fault. It's your fucking fault. Wasn't for these fucking niggas, we wouldn't be having these problems. That's what I know. You say, no, that ain't, I'm not saying, that's what you think. No, it ain't us, it's them. And they think it's you. And there's more of them than there are you, and they're more organized together than you are. Again, we're like this. Hands separated, fingers separated. We should be like that. We're not like that. We're like this. Put them in hand. Can't do nothing like that, but die.
Free your mind.
I just want to make a commentary real quick. I'm subscribed to and I've known this person on YouTube for a long time. We've had our disagreements going back and forth. Like who don't disagree, say what I'm talking about. He's one of those Pan-African, I don't know if he's a Pan-African. I know he's one of those type of people that's really, really blackly black. I'm building my own nation. Soul brothers and sisters, black people, whatever you want to call yourself. He says we are scared to go to Africa and build our own nation and whatever. And him and his group have been organizing at least almost 10 years, I think. Almost 10 years. I don't even think they even visited Africa. I don't even think out of 10 years, I don't even think Mr. Holipicism, I can't even pronounce it. I don't even think him and his people ever even visited the continent. I don't even know. I don't know what's going on with that. But I want to make a point that he's talking about, because I've said this. I've said this before. Many of you who keep up with my channel, you know I've said this myself. He was making a comment that black men don't believe in themselves, that they can create a, their own socio-economic reality. Do their own thing, do something for themselves. And he said the reason for that is because they are cowards. That's what this brother who is part of the BAIO, I think it is. I don't know exactly what that stands for. Well, I do, but I keep forgetting. The BAIO. Let's go to Africa and build our own nation. 10 years, they don't have a town. 10 years, they don't have a city. 10 years, they don't have a neighborhood. Damn, how are you going to build a nation in Africa and you don't even have a town? Don't you know that you can go to Africa and start your own city, start your own town, start your own neighborhood? These people have not established nothing in 10 years. Like I say, probably never even visited the continent, but they want to get angry at people because they don't want to get on board the BAIO. I think that's what it's called. BAIO. Black men are afraid to build their own nation in Africa because black men are cowards. Now, I've said this myself on many occasions, and y'all know it. You've been listening to me. You know I have said that black men are cowards. However, when I say black men or soul brothers, the male gender of the descendants of slaves born in America, having African or Aboriginal ancestry, when I say this, I include myself. Now, as an individual, would I really do some certain things? Yes, I would. But, hey, what's up there, Brother Taalik? But the thing about it is, I'm part of a gender. And I'm using this analogy. They talk about Oprah Winfrey, they talk about Michael Jordan, they talk about all these brothers and sisters who are, you know, pretty well off. They are pretty wealthy type people. But as you know, they will still be considered a nigger. And the reason why, even though they have all this money, even though you're the president of the United States, no matter where you find yourself, the logic is, and this is what I have been told, you can rise no higher than your people. So Oprah Winfrey is a nigger, and she has been called that on her own TV show. This guy and a few Caucasian people have called her nigger on her own show. That basketball playing nigger, that acting nigger, that rapping nigger, Will Smith, that acting nigger, Denzel Washington. You cannot rise higher than your people that you come from. You're still a nigger, you still a slave, you still whatever they are, you still ratchet, whatever your people are, that's what you are. You can climb no higher than your people. Now, using that analogy, if that's true, then as a male, that has to relate to the male gender. If black men are cowards, then I have to be one too. Until black men, we as a gender change that attitude, change that behavior, then I can go out here and be Mr. Brave and do something that people might view as heroic. It does not change nothing. I came from a gender that is cowardly. Most people, when they talk about other folks, oh, black men do this and the black women do that, they talk about ratchet behavior and they so holy and they so righteous. They never include themselves. They are above. They are beyond that. I'm not ratchet. I'm not ghetto. I'm educated. You're not that. People and Jesse Lee Peterson and all these Negroes, they get on YouTube and internet. They want to try to show the Caucasian people or the Mexicans or Africans or what. I'm not like them other folks out there. See, I'm not like them. Hey, what's up there, Ananda? I'm not like them. I'm not like Pookie. I'm not like Pookie and Ray Ray. I'm not like Shaniqua. You know, I don't wear weaves. I'm better. I'm smarter. I'm wiser. But see, this is the thing about it. I say this to us all the time. All of us are damaged goods. Nobody can go through or be a descendant and live in racism and white supremacy and not be damaged goods. You may not act like Ray Ray, you may not act like Pookie and Shaniqua and whoever, but you got your own ratchet, whacked out, damaged ass ways. You're not holier than thou, you're not righteous, and even those of you who are Christian, your Bible tells you that your righteousness is as filthy rags in the nostril of God, or something to that effect. So we need to get off this self-righteous kick like we better. I'm gonna tell you, I am not better than you. I'm not wiser than you, I'm not smarter than you. Okay? I don't make no claim like that. Whether I claim to be an African or a Muslim or an atheist or whatever you claim, you're not better than no no other brother and sister on the street. I am not better than a homeless person. I am not better than somebody who is unemployed. I'm not better than none of you, nobody out there. I am not better. In fact, if you are better, then why don't you try to help somebody be better? If a brother or sister is ratchet, if they are a drunkard, why don't you help them get off drugs, get off alcohol? Why don't you help somebody? But see, we want to be better. We want that. We want to feel like we greater than somebody. We want to feel superior over others. I'm smarter than you. I'm better than you. When you come to this rostrum, when you come to this ministry, I am not better. I might do some things better. I might talk a little better. You know, I might see things a little clearer than some folks, whatever, but I'm not better than you because you can do the same thing that I do. Whatever I do, you can do, and if you want to do it, I will help you. I'm not going to sit back and make mockery of you. I'm going to help you. If you want to be whatever, I want to do the best that I can to make us better. I don't want to sit around, oh, black men are cowards. If black men are cowards and you're not, then what are you doing to help make them brave? Matter of fact, how are you not a coward? I don't see you running around here shooting at racist police stations. I don't see you challenging the military. You know, what are you doing so damn brave? What are you doing no different except talking feel-good rhetoric? We gonna build a nation in Africa. I ain't scared to go to Africa. So what? You just doing a whole bunch of silly talk. Why don't you do it? Why don't you go to Africa, build your nation, ask one of those nations to give you some land, and you chop down all the trees, clear everything, fight off all the wild animals, create a sewer system, do all that what you need in order to do your nation. That's a whole lot of damn work. And maybe once you do all that and show that you're brave yourself, show that you got some, like Minister Farrakhan said on a video I just saw recently, testicular fortitude, then maybe you could be in a position to talk about how cowardly somebody else is. And then you know something? When it's all said and done, you still can't rise above the men that you come from. We all are in this together. If they are cowards, we're still going to be cowards until our people, until we as a gender become brave. Because these little individuals and these little groups don't prove nothing. Because a lot of brothers have been brave in the past, very clear. Dr. King was very brave, Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad, Nat Turner, of course, and the list goes on and on. But guess what? When it's all said and done, with all they did, they came from a gender that was cowardly. Because could you imagine what Elijah Muhammad, Malcolm X, and Nat Turner, if the men themselves was brave, can you imagine what they could have accomplished, what they could have done? But our gender is cowardly, and that's where we come from. So until our gender rises up out of that behavior, out of that dust, whether you like it or not, sir, you are cowardly too. I'm cowardly, all of us, until we prove otherwise. Show and prove, like they always say. Show and prove. Until you show and prove, then nothing's going to change. You're not better. So let us, instead of trying to make mockery of ourselves, our gender, what are we going to do to get our brothers out from this state so they can become brave, so they can become heroes, and we can solve this problem that we're in once and for all. And we can build that nation as a team that you believe in, that you dream about, that you talk about all the time. Because until you do that, you ain't no better than nobody else, sir. So I just want to get that point off, because You know, we need to get off this high horse, this self-righteous high horse. Negro, you a slave just like everybody else. You a coward just like everybody else until we show and prove, until we show other than that.
Free your mind.
Okay. The trolls told me
You have 7 hours and 0 minutes of remaining drive time.
that they was going to report that I was using the image of En Vogue and, you know, the En Vogue members, especially Rona. On this particular video, you know, it was a nice picture of Rona Bennett. I actually didn't mean to put her face as a thumbnail, but I was trying to advertise something else En Vogue was doing, and it just so happened that her picture, you know, popped up. And from now on, I'm going to
In 700 feet,
make
turn
sure
left on West Roosevelt Road, IL-38.
I'm going to make sure I'm not using, you know, thumbnails like that. So I'm scrolling down my comments on the videos, and I saw Rona Bennett. Like I told you, I thought this was a troll account. I thought it was, you know, somebody screwing around, faking the funk, blah blah. It turned out to really be that sister. It's her YouTube account, her official. I know it is. It's her account. It's her. And boy, because of that thumbnail, she gave it to you, bro. Woo! And she wasn't nice at all. Now look at this. Now she don't even know who I am. I might be her biggest fan. She don't know what's it about. I don't think she know is these trolls have come to her, and I think that the name of the video was something about pink racism or something like that. So I'm very sure somebody like her don't want to be associated with that. And that's understandable. That's very understandable. She basically wrote, "You do not know me. I do not know you. You have no right to use my image or my likeness, and you need to remove my likeness off your channel. Otherwise," and she went straight to the nitty-gritty, "otherwise, I'm going to report you and basically prosecute you to the highest standards of the law." I'm like, wow.
1.5 miles. Turn right on. No.
I mean, she went
59.
She went for the juggler. I mean, immediately over this. So, man. Now, like I said, she don't know. Maybe this was a fan. Use the image. She have no idea. This is somebody that probably spent hundreds of dollars on En Vogue tickets and merchandise. She don't know. This is how she approach people. Now, Rona Bennett is also a motivational speaker. Okay? Now, when she wrote that, my natural instincts, I want to go off on her right back real quick over a damn, you know, YouTube thumbnail. Are you serious, lady? That's how I almost responded. But you see, this is the thing, brothers and sisters, and I've talked about this before. Never act on emotion. That's our main problem, the so-called Negro in America. We are some very emotion-driven, reactionary type people. Now, Rona Bennett is a motivational speaker. And this is how she approached me. Now, my telephone number and my email is public knowledge. She did not even, she could have contacted me by email. She could even have called me and talked about this. Back in the day, Sister Noble, because I used to mirror Sister Noble's videos. Back in the day, Sister Noble, my telephone number, my email is available. Sister Noble contact me. She said, this is how Sister Noble approached me. She said, would you, and she said in a very kind manner, she said, would you take down those videos that that you have, because I no longer think that way, and I don't want those videos up.
0.2 miles, turn right on Neltner Boulevard.
I would really
59, and then turn right in 800 feet.
She said I really would appreciate it. See, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Now this is Rona Bennett, a motivational speaker, and she going off. I mean, really, is it that serious over a YouTube thumbnail? But she did. And mind you,
right curve ahead.
Now mind you,
feet, turn right on Neltner Boulevard, IL 59.
I have wrote on Sister Rona's her Facebook page. Well, not her Facebook page, but her YouTube page, and she don't even reply. You know, this whole thing is mind-boggling, because here is somebody who is a celebrity. Rona Bennett is a celebrity. She travels all around the world, all over the country, and she took the time out of her day to come to Angel Snub Nub 7 and trip off a thumbnail and be nasty like that. She was nasty. Now this does not change. This does not change how I look at Invo. I still have my Invo picture up. It does not change. It does not change my attitude or how I look at Invo. I still like those ladies. This is what it means to me. See, people put on faces. Rona is an entertainer. So when we was in Mississippi, she smiled and she skinned and grinned in your face, because that's how she make her living. Have to be nice to the fans. But see, she don't know if I'm a fan or what. And here she comes, a celebrity, taking, I mean, why you tripping off a thumbnail? See, that tells me a person's personality. When people get angry, and I guess this thumbnail, or the trolls must have really hyped her up. This Negro hate white people, this Negro do this and whatever, and she didn't want to be associated. It made her really, really angry that somebody like me would use her image, and so she came to my page and with all nasty like that. But this goes to show you that we live in a world where most people aren't real. When you get angry and upset, emotion makes the real person come out. Most of the time. Not all the time, but usually when people get emotional, the real them comes out. So this tells me a lot about the real Rona Bennett outside of her motivational speaking. Why would a person on her level take the time out to mess with somebody that barely get 100 views, that y'all said nobody listened to? She took the time out of her day to write a nasty, remove my picture. I'm gonna have your channel taken down. I'm like, wow. And like I told you, I almost lost it myself. I started to respond nasty right back to her. But being the suave guy I am, I replied back to her. I said, I am so sorry. It was not the intent to cause you any harm. I support Invo, which I do. I support Invo. I support your motivational speaking, which I do. And all your positive examples and all your images of positivity. As soon as I get time, I will immediately remove your image, from this video. And then she replied, like she should have in the first place, nicely to me. She said, thank you, I really appreciate it. But she did not come off that way in the beginning. I'm the one that took the high road. Cause see, I could have took the low road too and said, well, do it. Cause see, Negro like me, I would have went to war and started putting her image every damn where. That's how, the Negro in me, that's how I operate. Who the hell you talking to? You don't tell me what to do. You a public figure. How the hell you gonna tell me, like Donald Trump? Who knows how many people are using Donald Trump for a thumbnail? Who knows? Or Michael Jackson. And Michael Jackson or Donald Trump would not approve of where that thumbnail goes. And this sister come to me all nasty like that. It's not like I'm shocked. I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked because, see, people know when they want something from you. And women, y'all know that. Y'all sisters, y'all know how it go. You know how guys come in your face, smiling, skinning and grinning. Then once they get you in the bed, then all of a sudden it's a whole change of attitude. Because that's not what they was to begin with. They did that, they smile and they skin and grin because they want something from you.
In 1 mile, take the entrance to the left on I-88 East.
And Rona just met, and Rona don't even know. She could have been messing with her biggest fan. They might have been getting ready to go to the Invo concert the next day. She don't. But she's so angry, she's so pissed off, and who those trolls wrote and told her, because the trolls said they was gonna report me to her, and she just came to me all nasty like that. I believe the comment is still there. What's the name of the video? Racist people, something about, one of my videos talk about racist pink people do something. So I'm not tripping off of it. I still love Invo. I just made a video just a few minutes ago, and I told us we are damaged goods. So I do not hold that against that sister at all. I love my Invo. I still love my Rona. I love my Terry. I love my Cindy, and I love Maxine, and I love Dawn. I love Invo. I love those sisters. That don't change nothing. We're damaged goods. And see, this is the thing. We need to stop tripping when, see, I could have easily said, you offended me. You did something against my honor. Y'all need to stop being so self-righteous and holy and all like that. We are damaged goods. People are messed up. People make mistakes. When people get angry, sometimes it's not their intent. They do dumb things, and you've done it, and all of us have done it at one time or another. we do dumb things. I don't hold that against that sister. I still love her. I still like her. Like nothing happened, but that was messed up. And it goes to show that the image that many people put before us, it ain't always real. I'm gonna tell you this. Now,
900 feet, take the entrance to the left on I-88.
I'm gonna be quite honest with you and tell you this.
In 700 feet, take the entrance to the left on I-88 East.
What you see from me is who I am. It's not it's not a fake image. I am who I am. I'm not perfect. I never call myself perfect. I screw up. I make mistakes. I can be an idiot. But I am who I am. I'm not trying to front you because I don't want your money. I don't want your sex. I don't want nothing from you. The only thing I want for us is that we be liberated from an enemy once and for all. No more, no less. I'm not asking you to buy books. I'm not asking you for nothing. I just want you free. You deserve it. We all deserve it. I'm not asking you to like the video. I'm not asking you to subscribe. I'm not asking y'all for anything. I want what is best for all of us.
Continue on this road for 7 miles.
We've been in this condition going on 300 years. I mean, 500 years. You deserve a break today, and it's not at McDonald's. You deserve true freedom, justice, and equality. So I just see this as a lesson learned, and if this sister ever watched this video, you know, I hope that she take it in the manner that I'm presenting it, because it's nothing hateful, and I'm not trying to front her off or anything, because, I mean, we all get it. We're damaged goods. We all messed up, y'all. Ain't nobody perfect. We all silly kind of people. We immature and all that type of stuff. Ain't nobody divine and all like that. We just brothers and sisters trying to make it in this life the best way we can. I'm not trying to offend nobody. People always talk about I'm insulting. You insult me. I'm not trying to insult you. I have the right to speak about an ideology or an opinion or anything of this nature. I'm not trying to insult you. I'm not trying to offend you. Or none of that. I should be able to speak like you are able to speak. I'm not trying to hurt people's feelings or none of that. But I gotta keep it real. And you should want that. You should want to keep it real. You should want to stop living in fantasy and fiction. Hey, Ananda, that's why I love your videos, because you keep it real. Thank you, Ananda. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. Like I said, I make mistakes. I can be screwy sometimes. I told you, I like to debate. But the people I debate really don't have good debating skills, and they get all upset, so we really can't learn nothing out of the debate. But maybe they may mature, and maybe as time goes on, it'll get to that point where we can actually have a debate and really learn some things, instead of all that arguing, and you a coon and a Sambo, and you know, all this old crazy stuff that we do. I'm not into that. I'm too old for that. And I think Sister Rona just turned 40, 41 or something like that. And Terry Ellis is my age. She's 56. And Cindy is like 58, I think. I think she's 2 years older than me, whatever. But again, yes, ma'am. Matter of fact, I give money away, Ananda. And they get on my case for that. Oh, he's buying viewers, he's buying people. Well, guess what? At least they're receiving something. What do they get from you? Nothing. They don't get nothing from you. You just want to take, and you never give. Never. So, I just wanted to share that with you. actually, it happened a few days ago. I wanted to talk about it, and I thought maybe I should just, you know, keep it to myself. But I think this is a nice lesson. This is something that we need to listen to, because there is no hate. It's all love for Invo, all love to my Rona. My Invo post is not going nowhere, and my Rona's still gonna be there. So it's a lesson for us. We need to stop being righteous and so damn sensitive. You know, when people say something and they might not really even be trying to hurt you. Now, in my case, I have people they are really trying to hurt my feelings. But as you can see, it don't hurt my feelings. I just smile and keep rolling. And as you can see, I will still talk to them. After they been really, really nasty to me, I still will come. I'm still able to talk to them. Because, brothers and sisters, we have to unite. That's the bottom line. If we don't get ourselves together, if we don't unite, if we don't try to love each other, I mean, just pretend you love me. Maybe it might become real. Let's start somewhere. If we don't unite, if we don't start treating each other better, I mean, we just done anyway.